Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How can you hear me? So today I prepare for you a market overview. Last our meeting was on Thursday. Many news are coming, but price of the Bitcoin plus minus the same. Yes, 8,500 now $34. So first of all, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. To do this, you should click subscribe to the below the video, and don't forget to click the bell to always be aware of new streams and videos. So traditionally, first of all, some interesting news, a lot of interesting news today about main cryptocurrency and some view famous investors or famous exchanges. Not only as cryptocurrency exchanges, it's stock exchanges such as like an Nasdaq or a New York Stock Exchange. So first of all, it's news from China. We all know about view of authorities of cryptocurrency. But it's some positive news. Chinese authorities will begin to publish rating of the cryptocurrency. So managed by the Ministry of Industry and Informational of China, MIIT, the research institution will publish monthly rating of 28 popular cryptocurrency report the South China Morning Post. So the new initiative became known during the seminar organized by China Electric Information Industry Development. It's all about creating an independent rating system like Moody's or Standard and Poor, but only for the blockchain industry. The system called the Global Index of Public Blockchain Evaluation, and will initially focus on 28 large block projects. The main aspects of the assessment will be their technological capabilities and areas of use. So information about the new innovation was confirmed by the traditional supply of insider information from China CN Ledger on Twitter. So he notes that the rating will cover mostly the most liquid cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Litecoin, Neo, Verge, Startis, Cardano, and so on. So the CCID Research Institute was founded in 1994. This institution specializes in technology, research, and development software testing and policy development for various industry sectors. And in August 2017, CCID opened a research until specialized in the detachment. And the Ministry of Industry and Informatization of RPC is currently actively developing national standards for distributing registry technology. Very interesting news, I think, because if China is going to watch for cryptocurrency and have some index, I think it's very interesting prospects. Next news about opinion and some financial analyst and manager of the BKCM hedge fund, Brian Kelly. Its opinion about NICE, New York Stock Exchange, and Goldman Sachs will give a powerful impetus to the market of cryptocurrency. So Brian Kelly is convinced that the adoption of Bitcoin by major players from the Wall Street, such as New York Stock Exchange and Goldman Sachs, will cause a rapid growth of the digital access market in the short and medium term. This writes CNN, and earlier this week it became known that the parent company of the NICE and one of the world's largest financial corporation, Intercontinental Exchange, ICE, plans to develop a platform for Bitcoin trading. I said about this last week, if you remember. So according to Kelly, he's shocked by the fact that the cryptocurrency market didn't show rapid growth against the background of this news. He believes that the New York Stock Exchange will offer institutional investors crypto asset storage services that will compete with a solution from such giants as Coinbase and Xapo. In fact, I'm slightly shocked that the market didn't respond to it properly, Kelly said. ICE Exchange has developed a system for storing cryptocurrency inside the company. So this was a big problem and prevented large investors from entering the market. Now everything will change. And Kelly also believes that the development of a solution from ICE Exchange to store Bitcoin assets actually marks the emergence of a new class of assets, which will be invested by multi-billion funds and other institutional investors. Now the market can include charitable and personal funds, which used to be afraid to work with cryptocurrency due to existing restrictions. If the ICE exchange platform receives Security Exchange Commission approval, this will be a real breakthrough, concluded Kelly. Very positive information about from Brian Kelly's. And next news about a man. I said for him before our previous lesson, previous summary about Mike Novogratz. Graded every serious investor should keep a cryptocurrency in his portfolio. Very interesting statement. So a billionaire and first supporter of Bitcoin and founder of Galaxy Digital Capital Management, Mike Novogratz, is convinced that any investor portfolio should at least one or two consist of crypto assets. This is reported by CCN. According to him, not investing in Bitcoin is completely irresponsible. So Novogratz also believes that investing in cryptocurrency is important not only in terms of expected future income, but also because it contributes to the development of block technologies. The latter, it particularly allow companies to carry out fast transaction, challenging cumbersome vertically integrated structure. And Novogratz also stressed that he keeps 10% of his savings in the cryptocurrency. In addition, he expressed confidence that within the next 6 months, the currency will begin to trade on the New York Stock Exchange. As for the harsh remarks of Warren Buffett to Bitcoin, Novogratz noted that with age, major players in the financial market are growing skeptical about innovation. Like I said before, the other day, Mike Novogratz calls the cryptocurrency people's revolution, which will have the greatest impact on the retail sectors. Other interesting quotes about Bitcoin, about cryptocurrency, about blockchain, said FedEx CEO. He says that companies need to adopt block technologies or prepare for die. Speaking at the Consensus 2018 conference in New York, I think you know about this conference. It's a major conference, maybe this year. Fred Smith, as executive director of the United States Logistic Giant FedEx, once again noted the importance of blockchain technology to ensure a bright future for the company in an ever-changing digital world. Reported CoinDesk. According to Smith, one of the biggest problems in the logistic and transportation industry is very strong friction in cross-border shipments, as each country has its own standards, rules, and technology. So in cross-border transaction, trust is a necessary requirement for every transaction. Blockchain, same for the first time in history, can make the information accessible to everyone. It assured Smith. In February, FedEx became a member of a Blockchain in Transportation Alliance, BITA, and together with other participants is exploring a potential blockchain solution that can be used in logistics. The direction of information technology FedEx, Robert Carter, added that first of all, the company is interested in implementing blockchain technology in shipping because in one single ship can simultaneously contain millions of transactions. Yes, it's a real big problem if you not quickly for some standards like in financial area. Swift transaction is sometimes a few days. You can wait for the money. Cryptocurrencies, maybe a few minutes, sometimes few seconds. So next news about interesting news reported by Reuters about Bank of Canada and TMX. So TMX and BC, Bank of Canada, the block is suitable for settlements on security. So according to representatives of the Central Bank of Canada, the operator of the Toronto Stock Exchange, TMX Group, and the non-profit organization Payments Canada, the technology of the distributed registry can be used for instant settlements on securities. Jeremy Gritz, it's the president and CEO of Payments Canada, said payments can be made in a way that has never been done before through a direct exchange of cash between buyers and sellers, which implies instant settlement. But at the same time, the senior specialist of Bank of Canada, Scott Henry, noted that it's not yet clear now the technology of the distributed registry and can reduce the cost when performing operation with securities. After the completion of this work, we are still not sure whether there's any significant savings for the participants, Henry said. It is still unclear whether participants in the transaction and banks will benefit significantly from such a settlement system. I remind you, in the summer of 2016, the Bank of Canada launched a project to investigate the underlying technology of Bitcoin. The initiative called Project Jasper is implemented with the participant of such large Canada banks, Bank of Montreal, CIBS, Royal Bank of Canada, Scotiabank, and TD Bank. It's top 10 banks of the Canada. As I said before, a traditional news from NASDAQ today is launch of the first crypto exchange on NASDAQ infrastructure was announced. So what interesting for this. The first crypto exchange based on the Nasdaq infrastructure will be launched in June this year and will offer users trading with zero commissions. And called the DX exchange at the initial stage, in addition to Bitcoin, it will support live other highly liquid assets, right? Financial magnates. This cooperation, it's mean with Nasdaq, has three advantages: brand, technology, and regulation, said Daniel Skavronsky, it's the CEO of the exchange. So according to him, technology based on the Nasdaq infrastructure, which includes, for instance, the application meeting engine, is used by more than 70 traditional exchange. In addition, Nasdaq requires the stock exchange to comply with the highest standards of regulatory and legal regulation, which avoids the most common errors of bugs and prevents the creation of fake trading volumes. This standard set, Daniel Skavronsky, includes the recently obtained license in Estonia, as well as the license of the Crypto Cybersecurities and Exchange Commission, CYSEC. Residents of the United States, however, will not be allowed to trade on the DX exchange at this stage. Also, the company conducts a dialogue with United States regulation to obtain the necessary license. So speaking about the trading itself, the exchange offers to buy a currency for fiat, trades between cryptocurrencies, and also converting coins back into fiat and its withdrawal. And the head of DX exchange added, we created a one-stop shop for exchanging fiat money and cryptocurrency, storing coins and pearls. And at the initial stage, it's a plan to add 6 leading assets, including Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin. In the future, DX exchange intends to add another 20 or maybe 25 coins, as well as some small tokens, while, as Daniel Swarovski insists, it will be only those assets that really have value. And then for the some exchange, of course, CME. It's very interesting use. CME Group launched prices index for Ethereum. So the leading North American derivatives exchange, CME Group, in partnership with the British crypto facilities, announced the launch of 2 new tools: the Ethereum Oriental course and the ETH and USD index. As stated in the company's press release, the CME Group will provide an annual preference price. Either reference rate expressed is United States dollars every 24 hours, as well as the real-time price is a real-time index. And as a basis for their calculation, transaction and activity will be taken in the orders of the exchange Kraken at Bitstamp. Oriental rate and real-time calculated Ethereum index are designed to meet the growing needs of the market, providing price transparency and a reliable reference price source is a key event for Ethereum users. This said Tim McCord, it's a managing director and head of equity product and alternative investments of CME Group. So the new index will be managed by the Bitcoin Oversight Committee, which was formed by the CME Group, crypto facilities, and other representatives of the cryptocurrency industry. And I wanted to, the launch of new instruments also open the way, the CME Group, the way of the Ethereum futures, which can become an attractive option for an institutional investor and will also enable miners to more effectively hedge profits. It is noteworthy that last week, the partner of the Chicago Exchange Crypto Facilities has already announced the launch of this option. In addition, the British digital assets trading platform provides the CME Group with focused exchange rate for Bitcoin futures contracts, which are available to traders since December last year. And the last one, news about very interesting statistic. Very funny news, I think. Interesting statement. Who are the crypto investors? It's very interesting statistic for age, occupation, gender, and other statistic. And very surprised for me some numbers. So analysts of the international social trading platform eToro published the result of a study of their user base. Among other things, they found out that a majority of cryptocurrency traders don't have previous trading experience on stock exchange, and Ripple is the most female of digital assets. I very like Ripple, but I'm not female. The report collected data from March 2017 through February 2018, through which experts analyzed public profiles of cryptocurrency investors using eToro and completed a demographic profile of their client from age and sex to employment. So what's interesting, it turned out that the vast majority of traders don't have the experiences of exchange trading and investing. So 89.96% of them are at the level of newcomers, 10% on average, and only 7% of users can be called advanced. So very interesting. I am on the last one group, and my partner always still we're advanced in only 7% traders who have some experience for exchange trading. Very interesting, and I think it's our opportunity. And at the same time, information technology workers wake up only 15%. eToro's user base, I remind, 8% in the financial sectors and 14% in the sales and marketing industry. At 30% of crypto traders on the site currently don't have a job. Very interesting. Among them, 14% are students, 2% retired, and 15 are simply unemployed. Simply unemployed. Very interesting statement. So also in the report, there was significant gender imbalance in the industry. Only 8 and 0.5% of their users are women. It's noteworthy that the preference for digital assets vary, which Bitcoin is equally claimed by a representative of both sexes. Many more women are interested in Ripple, while men tend to prefer Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. Senior market analyst at Toro Marty Grispan even separately noted a message for the investors that women adore Ripple. Very interesting news. I think very funny news at the end. So what about cryptocurrency now? The same situation we can see for our daily chart, maybe 1 hour chart. So we have interesting numbers. I think it's could be would be this situation interesting. Resistance in the area 9,030 $350 and $9,400. I think it's very interesting. will be resistance, and now we have some supports near the $8,300. So if we broke down 800 and 8,200, I think we easy go into 8,000, and I think it's not very good news from buyers. But if we will be stronger and break up 8,800, maybe after this 900, I think we have a very good chance to achieve 9,400. And who knows, maybe later we create some new range, and sooner or later we broke up and 10,000, and I think it's a good opportunity for buy this cryptocurrency like Bitcoin. As you understand, in Ripple, new resistance 75 cents, ETH resistance 740, and next resistance 765. It's plus minus the same situation in Bitcoin, and LTC, the worst situation, but very interesting daily chart, I think. Yes, it's very clear support. You can see. What about EOS? EOS unfortunately goes down, and now we have a new zone for sellers below 12 and maybe 60 or 50 cents. What about XMR? XMR, some downtrend. BCH the same, but very interesting area near 1,300. RP, as you remember, on Friday I said about this interesting situation. 30 minutes chart. If we able to create some support zone and not break down from 44, maybe $45, create new support, and I think we have a good proposal for go higher, but I not clearly believe that we could replay for this move. Maybe its move will be slower, but who knows? It's very big potential for this position, and I think 65, $66 would be a very interesting zone for the buy this cryptocurrency. So what about domination? 36.7% Bitcoin, and plus minus flat, minus 6% EOS. A few minutes ago we saw chart EOS, and Bitcoin minus 12%. So the main gainers today, it's Zcash, ZEC. Let's look. Oh, ZEC. Yeah. Few hours ago, yes, today we had a strong move. Daily chart. So very strong yesterday and today days, and we break up some resistance near 300, and now we have, I think, good prospects to go for $400 per ZEC. Eternity plus 10%. Matrix, but capitalization is not good. Decred plus 2%. So Zcash and AE. AE and BTC chart. It's daily chart. I remind you, AE and BTC not it's not dollar. So this resistance near nil and nil 45 will be support, but if we have some volume, I think we have this aim, yes, near the nil and 65 per one Bitcoin. So I think I can set this a flat day, and now we have new range, and not interesting at the moment for the Bitcoin. So guys, I remind you, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. To do this, you should click subscribe to the video below, and don't forget to click bell to always be aware of the streams and videos by Streamity. So if you have some question, please write down for the comments, and see you on Thursday. So see you later.